Hi there guys, and welcome to Saturn Fighters, and today we're going to be taking a look at the fantastic Super Street Fighter 2 X, or otherwise known as Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, over in the West here in the Europe. I'm going to be doing some gameplay, and this is obviously the Saturn, the Japanese Saturn import version. So I'm going to play through and talk about what it's like and how it runs basically. Check out some of the loading times, which aren't actually too bad in this game. So I'll just start off the bat by saying the longest loading time you're looking at here is about 8 seconds, which is very good. So yeah, let's get into it and see what it's like. Now this game can be played without any RAM expansion pack, so you know it's none required for this. It doesn't run on like the 4 meg or anything like that. So you can play your Saturn. You know, you can start it up without having to worry about that. So yeah, let's have a look. This is Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, or Super Street Fighter 2 X. I've got all the new characters in there as you would expect. And this is pretty much an updated or an upgraded version from Super Street Fighter 2. And I'll tell you why. They've made a lot of mechanical, technical changes in the gameplay with all the characters, and they've added in a lot of new moves and super special attacks and super combos in this. So that's pretty much how it's been upgraded. Now this port on the Saturn, and I think including the PlayStation version, they don't include the 8-player tournament mode, but that's the only omission that they've made and they've taken out. You can see Blanca's super special move there. Oh, this is going to be close. Oh no! Yo! Just picked him off. You know, I really love Street Fighter 2, and you know, Street Fighter 2 is my absolute favourite all-time fighting game series. You know, it's the one I've spent the most time with playing, the one I grew up with. And I'm so glad to have a version on the Saturn. The fact that they actually released one, you know, I guess I would have got a copy of this maybe even on a PlayStation if I wasn't such a big Saturn fan. But it's so great having this, because when I was young, I'll just play this guy first because he can be quite tricky actually. Hold on. Oh. Oh no! Oh, that was so close. Great, great. So yeah, when I was a kid, you know, we had this, we had a Super Nintendo, and we had Street Fighter 2 Turbo on it. You know, and that's the game I played the most, you know, out of this whole series, and you know, it's my favourite Street Fighter 2. You know, Street Fighter 2 as a whole is my favourite, you know, version of in a Street Fighter series. But we had Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the Super Nintendo, and it was like a year or two later then I saw that this was out or being released on the Super Nintendo as well. And I just looked at it and I just thought, oh my god, absolutely fantastic. New characters, new character costume colours. I mean, that was the main thing really. Like, you know, with Street Fighter 2, you got World Warrior and you got Turbo on the Super Nintendo. And you know, you only got a choice of like 3 character costumes. So when I was reading like my Nintendo magazine, reading the reviews and seeing the screenshots, I saw like, you know, Ken's my favourite character, and I saw Ken like wearing like a green costume. I saw him wearing like a yellow costume. You know, I saw all this like new stuff, and I was like, oh my god, that would just be fantastic. But you know, it was never meant to be. We never had Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo, and it's a game I missed out on. And for years and years, like, you know, I never played it, not even in the arcade. So it's absolutely so nice to have this as a part of my collection, to go back to it. You know, I've got a full Street Fighter 2 collection now on the Saturn, and yeah, this is becoming one of my favourites. I mean, Super Street Fighter 2 is technically, it's the 5th instalment in the Street Fighter 2 series. And I would say technically this is like the 6th installment, because it is a complete upgrade from Super Street Fighter 2. Okay, yeah, it looks the same pretty much on top of the surface. It looks like the same game. And it pretty much is, in the fact that you got the same characters, pretty much the same graphics and stuff like that. But they've added so much, you know, technically, you know, the moves, the character moves, the super combos, the costume colours, you know, all these little subtle changes. They've completely updated it. So playing them back to back, you know, if you play Super Street Fighter 2 and then you play this game, you'll see they're completely different. You know, it really is a different game. And I can see why that's why they called it Grandmaster Challenge, because it is pretty much like a, you know, as well as having a tournament mode, it's pretty much a fighting kind of competition game, really. It was probably the reason they created or released it, for that kind of, you know, arcade competition kind of, you know, those people. But it's great. It's a great update. And you know, I always play Street Fighter 2, you know, I used to play it on MAME quite a lot, and I used to play this version, and as well as the other versions as well, but I've never really understood and kind of played it so much to actually notice any major differences. But now I have them on this compilation, I can really notice the differences between these two games. It is, you know, it's so different. Plus the speed as well. You got 4 turbo speeds in this game as well, so it's even faster. Yeah, okay. So if you're wondering, this version I'm playing is Super Street Fighter 2X. This is on a compilation disc called the Street Fighter Collection, and it comprises of 3 games on 2 discs. Oh no! Oh no! Ah, oh, he's got me. Yeah, 3 games on 2 discs. On the first disc, which is this disc, you get Super Street Fighter 2, and you get this game, Super Street Fighter 2X. And on the second disc, you get Street Fighter 02 Dash, or Gold, as it's called in the West or in Europe, and which is pretty much, you know, Street Fighter Alpha 2 upgraded with, you know, Cammy as a playable character, plus other things as well. Getting my butt kicked here. Oh, come on! Oh, yeah, that was so close. Oh! Come on, Cammy. So yeah, there's a European release of this compilation, I believe, so you can get it in, you know, over here. But because obviously I'm more of a Japanese collector, so I got the Japanese version. Comes on a nice little double CD case. It's a nice little package. I haven't played that very well. Oh no! Fireball. Oh, he's got me. And I think it's this version as well, Super Street Fighter 2X, that they introduced Akuma or Guki. So I think if you play through this game like without losing, and if you get to the end before like 25 minutes with a high score or something like that, you get to play against him. So yeah, he's first seen in this. Let's play Ken. Let's do Ken. He's first seen in this game, I believe. So what you'll see is with Ken, you know, when I'm talking about technically what they've done to make changes with this, one thing that I didn't like, you know, because I play with Ken, and if you play Street Fighter 2, or even Super Street Fighter 2, when Ken does a hard kick, he does kind of like a high roundhouse kick. But on this version, they've changed his move, so he does this kind of low roundhouse, and I'll show you this in a sec. This move here, you see that kick that he's doing? That's the kick that they took over and used in Street Fighter Zero or Street Fighter Alpha. So when you press hard kick, he does that kind of low spinning kick. And I found that really annoying because I used to love using the hard kick. You know, when enemies jump at me, I'd use that. Oh, look at that air throw! Excellent. That's another thing they've put into this game. But you know, you play and you develop new techniques. I suppose you get used to it. So I'm pretty much used to the fact that you know, he's got that new move now. So it's not such a bad thing. Plus, there's codes you can use in this version that allows you to play the characters as with their old original moves. So you can use Ken's old Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter 2 moves. So that kick, you can pretty much use it. Oh, and that dragon punch with the fire. I'll tell you what, that's another thing I noticed. Having the Super Nintendo version of Street Fighter 2, when Super Street Fighter 2 when it was first released, it was coming to the Super Nintendo, and I saw Ken had a dragon punch that you could set people on fire. Oh, that as well as the character costume colours change, that just sold it for me. But you know, I never got it. It was so frustrating. It was just that game that I missed out on and I always wanted. Oh, it was amazing. I'm so glad to have a copy of it now. It's just brilliant, you know. And yeah, I would definitely prefer this version over the Super Nintendo version because you know I found with playing this version is more arcade style because the characters are bigger. With the Super Nintendo, the sprites, the characters are always scaled. They were more scaled down, you know. And I always thought they looked a lot bigger and chunkier when I'm playing on an arcade cabinet. And I found it was actually true that, you know, on the Super Nintendo they actually scaled the character sprites down. And you know, when they walk backwards, when Ken walks backwards, he does this lean backwards, you know, like that. You see, that was another thing. You know, a lot of the animation frames were scaled down and taken out of the Super Nintendo version. So that's another thing that, you know, I felt was a bit of a shame. So it's great having this version on the Saturn, and you know, it's more arcade-like, you know, with the big sprites and the colours. And look at the Ken stage now with the new yacht. You know, I was seeing images and screenshots of this in the magazines, Nintendo magazine, and my mouth was watering. It just looked so good. Ken in his green costume. I was like, oh, I'd love Ken in a green costume. It's brilliant. Oh, that was close. So another thing they've cut out in Super Street Fighter 2X, this version Turbo over Super Street Fighter 2, is, you know, when you play against 3 characters and you go to... Okay guys, sorry about that interlude. Someone decided to ring me, so I had to cut the video short. But yeah, what was I saying? When you play through the game and you get to the bonus stages, you know, you destroy the barrels, destroy the car, destroy the whatever. They cut that out from this version, I guess, over the tournament mode that they put in on the arcade. So you'll find when you play this game that's not in here. It's not such a big loss, but it's just another thing I noticed that they took out. So yeah, it's not a big deal because it's, you know, you've got Super Street Fighter 2 on this compilation, so you can. You know, it's in there, you can play that, I suppose. come on. Oh, that's it. Just got her off. Okay, let's have one more match and we'll see how we get on. Okay, who have we got next? Oh, this guy's the hard. I hate fighting against this guy. He's so tough. Okay, so this is Thunderhawk or T-Hawk. Oh, he's a nightmare, really. Oh dear. I just feel like he takes me to school every time I play this game. He just kicks my ass. There we go. Oh dear. There must be like a strategy or technique to beat him. I'll probably just wait till he does that move and I'll throw him. Let's just try that. Ah, jumping at him is not a good idea. Oh no! You see, he's got air. You've got air recovery in this version, so you know when you throw someone, they can recover this. They can recover from falling, so they won't have any damage. Oh, great finish! That was close. Oh, it's taking it to the wire. Let's see if I can beat this round. Oh yeah, super move, come on! Oh no! Yes! Oh, I'm definitely going to call it a day there. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That is Super Street Fighter 2 X or Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the Japanese Saturn. Definitely worth checking out if you're a Street Fighter fan. It's a great version, thoroughly entertaining. So thanks for watching and I'll see you again. Bye for now.